Tune in to the Denver Foos podcast.
Denver Foos all day, bro. Follow them from LA to Denver. Let's do this, baby.
Shout out to my boys, Denver Foos, Gova Tony Loya.
Shout out to Denver, man. The Mile High City. You know what time it is.
What's up? It's Mariah the Scientist, and I just want to shout out Denver Foos. I'm here with such a baddie. Look at her. Oh, my God.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Shout out Denver Foos.
I want to give a huge shout out to my buddies there at Denver Foos.
Shout out Denver Foos. I appreciate y'all.
Shout out Denver Foos. We love you, Denver Foos.
Denver Foos. What it do? It's your boy Chingo Bling. Right now, you tuning in to the Denver Foos.
Shout out to Denver Foos, baby. Denver Foos, wherever you find your videos, wherever you get your podcasts, go follow Denver Foos and enjoy.
Hey, let's go, Denver Foos.
Denver Foos, IG, follow us, man. Follow us, subscribe, like us, YouTube.
Shout out to Denver Foos. Good to see you.
The Denver Foos.
Yeah. Shout out to Denver Foos. You don't represent for the motherfucking city.
Shout out Denver Foos.
What's up, it's your boy Concrete right here with Denver Foos, and all you got to do right now, Perito, is hit that follow, hit that like, hit that share button, share all the content, let them know where it's at. Denver Foos, your boy Concrete. We in here, Perito, mile high.
Denver Foos. Name's Daniel Jumba Garcia. Shout out to Denver Foos, one of the best. Shout out Denver Foos.
Shout out to Denver Foos.
Shout out Denver Foos, North Side, baby. It's all about the North Side.
Hey, shout out Denver Foos. Let's see Mario Sanders, legit people over here.
What's cracking, homeboy? Denver Foos. Denver Foos, homeboy. And it's your boy Ken Flores. Shout out to the homies at Denver Foos.
Denver Foo. You guys are the best. Shout out to Denver Foos. Shout out to Denver Foos.
Denver Foos on IG. Oh, come get in touch with the plug. They always got their finger on the pulse. Are you a Denver Foo?
Yes, all day, every day, baby.
You want to be on Denver Foos or what, eh?
Denver Foos 303.
Denver Foos, huh?
Follow Denver Foos 303, Instagram, Facebook.
For real, Denver Foos, live and direct. Denver Foos, bro. We from the South Side.
Present. Uniting the city, baby.
Shout out Denver Foos.
Say it, Foos, baby. Denver Foos. Let's go, my Denver Foos. What's up?
What up, Denver Foos? What's going on?
Denver Foos.
Denver Foos in the building. Let's go.
Shout out Denver Foos. I love the Denver Foos. Y'all keep it up. Y'all keep doing your thing.
Yo, Denver Foos, I'll follow you guys up.
I'm Denver Foos here reporting from Denver, Colorado. From Chicago, but I think I'm a Colorado fan now.
You're a Denver Foo now.
Now I am.
Shout out to the Denver Foos. What's up, Denver Foos?
Denver Foos. Hey, man.
Danny. Take one, Denver Foos.
Hey, shout out to Denver Foos. I noticed y'all right away. Y'all putting it down, for all the gente.
Shout out to Denver Foos. You locked in, man. Stay tuned to what they got going on. One love.
I here chilling with the Denver Foos. You already know how we do it. Much love.
It's your boy DJ Sarnes Carter. Denver Foos, we in the motherfucking building.
What's up, Denver Foos? Welcome to the Denver Foos podcast. We're live here at the Denver Foos Barbershop located on 1400 South Federal Boulevard right here in South Denver, Florida and Federal. This show is presented to you by SE Shirts and Hoodies. Make sure you guys go to seshirtsandhoodies.com for all of your promotional items for your business. If you need jerseys, if you need hats and custom embroidery, DTF, direct to film, direct to garment.
Not the other DTF.
Not the other DTF, no.
Oh,
sorry.
You
Also, this is presented by La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant located on 2340 Champa Street. Hit them up. We have a monthly comedy show at La Fiesta. The next one is June 7th. Or is it June 1st? Or
June 7th.
June 7th. Your event is June 1st. Getting dates confused. But June 7th, $10 tickets gets you in, and you get to enjoy some bomb-ass green chili, some comedy, and a dance party after DJ. So it's a great date night, great girls' night out, boys' night out, whatever. That's June 7th at La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant. But without further ado, I want to introduce our special guest here on the Denver Foos podcast.
Yeah.
We got Guide Your Vibe. Ruby, welcome to the Denver Foos podcast.
Thank you. Uh-oh.
How you
Love
doing
it.
today?
I'm doing good.
Great. We're so
Yes.
happy to have you on. We see you at everything all the time, all over. And tell the people what you do.
So yes, my name is Ruby, and I am a growth mindset coach. If you do not know what that is, it is a life coach. within the life coach industry, there is niches.
Uh-huh.
There's different types of coaches. You might have heard of business coaches,
Mhm.
right? There's also transformational coaches, spiritual coaches.
Mhm.
I just happen to tap into the growth mindset part. And so what I do is help people turn their I can't to how can I?
Right, correct. That's so awesome. I think that's so important for people to, for you to provide what you do, because there's a lot of people. I think social media could be seen toxic sometimes, and it could turn, because everybody's showing off their highlight reel in a sense, all the good things, all the cool things. So maybe somebody that has kind of a low self-esteem, like you said, they turn their I can't into I can. Sometimes that could really push people off, because like they see all these people doing things, and then it's like, well, damn, I can't do that, because they're comparing. We could just kind of, sometimes human nature, we kind of just compare ourselves to others or our peers or our family members, and but sometimes you shouldn't do that, or most of the time you shouldn't, right?
Right. And if you do that, you should look at it as an inspiration.
Right.
More so like, dang, they did it. How can I do it?
Correct.
Most people get really intimidated. They think, oh, it's too far off. But that's where I come in, and we do a consultation, and it leads into a mastermind, and then it leads into action. And that's why you probably see me at so many things that are going on here in Denver, is because 9 times out of 10, I worked with somebody in that event or the owner or some sort of collaboration, and they're just hitting the ground running and doing what they say they're going to do.
That's amazing. That's awesome. How did you get in the field of becoming a life coach? All this. How does one get into it?
I was definitely introduced to it by another coach, and she was a habit coach. And she reached out to me because she saw that I was asking, like in my post, I'm like, I just want something different. I hate these things. I hate these people. And she reached out to me and she said, well, maybe if we should work together. And I was like, what do you do? And she said, I'm a habit coach. And I was like, what does that even mean? And then she's like, just pick a habit and then we untangle it, is what she said.
Okay.
But that definitely got me into that and very curious about the field. But what really got me into the coaching aspect was the fact that I've always really done it my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I was always the person that people would come to and spill everything to. And then I would just sit there and be like, wow, that's powerful. You should do something about that.
Right.
And then they're like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be like, well, you're so passionate about this thing, you should turn it into something. And then they were like, that's crazy. How can we do it? And I'm like, I don't know. It's your ideas. Let's put them on paper and then put some action into it. And that's basically how it just got started. And then when she reached out to me, I was like, oh, I can do this too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this and now I get paid for it, which
That's
is a
nice.
blessing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing coaching for, it's going to be 4 years with Guide Your Vibe. I've been doing personal development for about 9 years,
Mm-hmm.
which means entering into the growth mindset part. Like, yes, I can do all things. And so, yeah, I've been on this journey for about 9 years.
That's amazing. Where are you from originally?
I was born in California and I was an Army brat. So my parents, my dad was in the Army and we traveled all over the world. And then we landed here when I was about 6 years old. And so I grew up in Denver in the north side.
Oh, cool. Did you go to North
And
High School? Where'd you
the
go
east
to
side.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to South High School.
Oh. Or were you bussed or what?
What? No.
Did you get bussed?
Nah.
No. My dad got bussed.
What do you mean? I'm
What is
so
it
sorry.
called?
I'm like bust. I'm a bust in my language means something else. I ain't getting no bust.
Not like that.
I ain't getting come on.
No.
Took a vitamin
Or
for
what-
a bus.
No.
It was like a.
So
they
it
were
was an
trying to, like-
integration
Yeah,
back in the 1960s. They would bus people from different communities
Ah.
in a school bus, and
Yes, I was.
because my dad lived on like the east side and then Montbello, and then so he got bused. There was no Montbello High School, so he went to TJ. And then when Abe, you were going to Kennedy, there were kids from like Swansea that were going to Kennedy and like
from Swansea, bud.
Dang. So now that we're talking about this,
Oh,
this is
shit.
so crazy, yo. Let me tell you. I grew up in the north side,
okay.
raised in the east side. My mom drove, and then we moved to Thornton. And then my mom drove all the way from Thornton all the way to Swansea. And then we RTD'd. We borrowed my auntie's address in
Okay.
Swansea.
Mm.
And then I RTD'd on University all the way down to South High School. So it wasn't like
Wow.
the yellow bus. We actually
Shit.
took the
Oh,
RTD
wow. So you bust yourself.
to high school. Yeah.
Wow.
And that bus was full
Mm-hmm.
of everybody over here in the east side
Okay.
going to South because they didn't want to go to, they didn't have the high school, the Bruce Randolph or,
Okay.
they had manual and I wasn't going to go to manual.
Why not?
Oh, I loved manual. All my people, I went to Grant. See,
I like the colors.
Yeah.
I do. Yes, absolutely. And yeah, no, I didn't go to manual because my mom didn't want me to go to manual. So then I went to South.
Why didn't your mom want you to go?
She said because she was a supervisor at a warehouse, and she said that all her kids, all her employees' kids were getting in trouble, and she just wanted me to succeed and go to college and have a good school. And she said South was the best school
In Denver.
in Denver.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, shit. We grew up in Highlands Ranch because my parents didn't want, like, they had the decision to either buy like a starter home in Highlands Ranch in the 80s, and then they did, and then we lived there because they wanted, or they were going to pay or make us go to better schools, so they just wanted a better education for us.
Right. Yeah.
And because
see?
they're from Denver Public School, but then they ended up, my brother and sister still ended up going back to Denver Public School. So like I don't know what, but
Highlands Ranch.
it was not Highlands Ranch what it is today.
How
It was
old are
Highlands
you?
Ranch.
How old are you?
I'm 35 years old.
So you're 07.
08. Yeah.
I'm 04.
See, I'm 06.
Yeah, like
Oh, see,
so-
we in there.
Yeah. So
We're in order right now.
we're in order. You're the middle sister.
Yeah. And I've always been. I'm an only daughter too. So
Oh, okay.
3 brothers.
So you're an only daughter, 3 brothers.
One deceased.
Or you're not the oldest?
No, my older brother. Oh, he went to South. That's another reason why But yeah, it's my older brother, me, and then my 2 youngest, and then my youngest passed away.
When was that?
That was in 2008.
Oh man, so he was really young.
He was 23.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
No, thank you. Yeah, that's actually why I'm here. That was another tied into why I went full time and really, got into my coaching and took it really, really serious. It's when he passed away, for sure.
So you were able to turn your pain into something positive to where now you're helping other people get through
Yeah, exactly.
traumas and life experiences and stuff.
To be fair, and I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I work really good with them.
Okay.
A lot of my clients see therapists, see counseling. And just for the record, what the difference is between that and a coach is that therapists, they peel the onion. They get down to the nitty gritty of what is happening with your traumas and all that. And what I do is kind of like so what's next, right? So what are we doing now to attack all the life goals?
So you tell them what to do.
No, sir.
Or no.
No, sir.
You're like
You let them figure
um,
out what they need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There you- I
yeah.
am the mirror.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
I
that
am-
makes sense. Yeah, no, because
They gotta take a lap because I'm your coach. Take a lap.
I mean, I am a soccer coach too. So yes,
That's
I can.
tight.
I can do that too.
well, no, yeah,
Coaches.
that makes sense because people go through whatever they go through and seek therapy and all that, but then you also need a motivator. Would you say you're a motivator or?
I can put some fire in that ass. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I could
I
definitely.
knew you were gonna say that.
I should have finished my sentence.
I should have.
Yes, I can definitely do that,
Okay.
but I'm more so of a realistic. I
Right.
can motivate you all day, but when I'm not there, what's gonna kick in?
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the discipline is what kicks in, the accountability. But yeah, to be fair, I'm not a professional. Go get therapy, go get counseling, and when you think you got it all under control and your emotional intelligence is out of a 10. Oh yeah, go. No, yeah. When you know that your emotional intelligence is at above a 6 and a 7, then you go and see somebody else, or you go see a coach.
We got a Divinely Bossed Up is logged on. She says
I know, it's
that
all right.
you're amazing.
It's okay. We'll talk to them
And
tomorrow.
she guides your vibe, she says.
Shout out to Amber.
There's also Jimbo Barber, who earlier said you said doo-doo. And then he wanted to say so sorry about your brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Fatboy09 says he's about to go watch a movie in Belmar.
Well, cool. You
That's
got me
Hey.
tickets, bud.
Hey.
Is he watching Stitch? That came out
Oh,
today.
did that just come
Is
out
it
today?
just called Stitch? That one?
I don't know, but it
Live
has
action
Stitch in it.
But it's
It
a
is.
complete live action of Lilo and Stitch, right?
Yeah.
Like to the T.
Yeah, I mean,
Like when they came out with Beauty and the Beast and stuff. What was your favorite Disney classic?
classic.
Yeah, just
Oh, okay, Sleeping Beauty.
okay. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Mine was
You?
101 Dalmatians.
Damn, that's my second.
I think
You?
it was a generational thing.
Probably Aladdin.
Oh yeah, no, that one's top
All
tier
right,
too.
all right.
Because that was the
Fox
first time you seen like
I
a
can
brown
show
kid
you the
or brown
world.
guy on like
Oh,
Disney,
that's right. That's right.
even though they're not Hispanic or Latino, but you
Yeah.
know that was you finally seen.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
The other brown people.
Abe's like, I can be Aladdin.
Jasmine's
He's
my
a Latin,
princess.
he's a Latin Aladdin. No, well, my mom was trying to put me in that outfit when, like, because I think when did it come out? Look it up. When did Aladdin come out? I remember at the Disney store.
93.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
So I
kidding. I
was
don't fucking know.
probably. Yeah.
Oh, Jimbo Barber is smoking Santa. What up, Santa?
Yes,
You know Smoking Santa?
I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know Smoking Santa?
Shout out to Jimbo. Yeah, that's my dog. Y'all don't even know. We go way back.
That's
Not as much as.
well. We just met
Like
him
a-
for the first time over at the Cookies de Mayo.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy you met him. Jimbo's amazing. That's my dog.
Shout out to Jimbo.
Shout out to Jimbo. I met Jimbo through Krista and Sanja, the THC girls. Shout out to my team, the THC girls and the Highly Connected app.
Tell me about that because I keep hearing about that everywhere I go. We
Oh,
heard about it
yeah?
at the box. What was it? The black box.
Oh, for
Yeah,
the Who's Got the
DJ
Juice?
battle, and then
We did sponsor
who
that.
else? Crispy Clean was telling me about it.
Oh, that's
what
Chris.
is
Chris is amazing.
You know her too.
Oh, she's
See,
my girl.
everybody knows everybody.
Fuck yeah, our whole team's coming together, baby.
So tell me about that. Because I always hear people say that you guys know the THC girls, and I'm just like weed, but not. It means the highly connected, right?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
I
I'm
know.
totally wrong.
No, but
Okay.
that's good. But that's good because it's all connected. Okay, so THC Girls has been around for years, over a decade.
Okay.
And now they are everywhere. We are everywhere. We're in Miami, we're in Atlanta, we in New York, we in Texas, California, Atlanta, Oregon. Anyway, so THC Girls is a marketing group.
Okay.
We are a marketing company. We help literally grow your brand.
Nice.
And
the
they
Heine connection. I just got it. I got it.
you got it. He said, "I got the."
No,
Okay,
just
they help
kidding.
you grow your brand.
Oh yeah, so we are
what
in the
ways?
so in the cannabis industry. So we were one of the first pioneers to do what you see all around now is vendor booths.
Okay.
You know, ambassador work.
Oh, okay.
Women THC girls did ambassador work. Way back in like Roxy days. Like
Oh, wow.
we go way back. So we were modeling as well. And so now it has turned into, and so that's one of our products is the ambassadors, right? It's like for me, I am an advocate for the cannabis industry. So I am considered a THC girl as well.
Oh, okay.
So if you see me at the cannabis events,
Mm.
I'm being an ambassador for, cannabis. I'm an advocate, So that's one of the
Wish I would've
products.
known, I would offer you the pen.
Hey.
Set up.
We talked about this the other day.
His.
He's all, I don't do it.
Or volunteer his pen.
I don't do it on the pod.
On the
No, I'm just kidding.
pod. Well, we talked about this the other day. I can't do that right before a podcast. It'd be crazy. Oh, so that's one of our products. The other product is that Krista Jones and Sandra Ganja help consult.
Okay.
They do everything from production, from funnels, from SEO in the cannabis industry and beyond.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So that is the THC Girls. So if you see it, is we were somewhere integrated with marketing, consulting, etc. The Highly Connected is we have an app.
Wow.
Yeah, we've entered the innovative space. The Highly Connected app is an app that helps promote your own brand.
Okay.
And I'll have y'all download that before I leave. And it's a free download. And you can find events from all over the nation. We are also now in, I believe in Colombia, somewhere south, somewhere out in the skirts. Yep. Look it up. Yeah. So yes, it's a free download, and this is a marketing tool. You can utilize this to market your brand and get in tap with over 3,000 authentic users in the app right now, with over 300 vendors in the app right now.
Okay.
And all the models, guys.
Oh yeah, and then if you want to book a model,
Oh, really?
They
Oh,
have
wow.
we have profiles on there as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Boom.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So, like, because, like, companies always need, like, we're always looking for, like, promo models to go hand out flyers or just be at the booth selling merch or doing something. Like,
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can hire, just the girl that you see, or
Okay.
you can trust our brand to go ahead and execute that.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be able to execute
Is
that
this
for
the
you.
app right here?
That is the app right there.
Right here.
Show it right there. Boom. And
Close
yeah.
the door, Dad.
That's my pops, by the way.
Oh, what's up, Pop?
Not
Oh,
him.
oh,
Him.
Oh,
that guy.
hi, Pops. Oh, I didn't know.
Close the door,
Yeah.
Dad.
Hey, lock that door.
Please.
Okay, so
Hi, Pops.
when you were involved, and well, you are currently an advocate for cannabis.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, were you doing what you do now while you were involved with the cannabis industry?
Coaching?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There is a line, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is where I come in because they're like, oh, look at this life coach just utilizing cannabis. She's just
Right.
and that's the
Is
gap.
that what you're just telling everybody? Just smoke
No.
bud? No.
Just smoke. No,
Unnecessary.
not
Right.
necessary.
Yeah. How do you coach people on that? Like, I think sometimes, some people overconsume anything, whether it could be just food. It don't have to be always drugs and alcohol. We always demonize, oh, people are overusing that. Like, you could overuse food. You could overuse watching too much TV. You could overuse scrolling too much. Like, anything could be bad. Like, what advice do you give on people, like especially in cannabis? Do you think there's doing too much of it or no?
I think everybody knows their limit.
Okay.
And once they're, over, or if they know that they're over that limit, or they smoke too much, or that's none of my business. Because
Right.
guess what? When I have a consultation or when I talk to these people, they're going to go ahead and tell me that it is a problem
Okay.
because they're not getting up in the morning, because they're not going to work out, because they're not, etc.
Mhm.
You know, there is a time and place to go ahead and consume responsibly as well.
Mhm.
But I am not here to tell you, oh, don't consume anymore, or don't, you know, you're doing too much or you're doing less, because that's up to you. If you know that you're consuming too much and you're not hitting the gym,
Mhm.
maybe it's time to, you know, consume after.
Right.
You know, or you know, so I don't really tell anybody to stop drinking. I don't tell people to stop. They're gonna go ahead and tell me like, dang, I didn't get up because I'm too hungover. Oh,
Right.
well then why are you hungover?
Mhm.
Oh, because X, and then it goes into, you know, that
Mm.
conversation. So no, I will never tell anybody to stop or do that, because I've learned that that is not the way to do it.
Right. No, I think you explained it perfectly. Just pointing out and coaching at, you know, well, why are you having this problem? What is your issue? And this
Yeah.
is your issue.
Yeah,
And then trace it back. And like you said, people know. Like,
Yeah, they know.
you
I
know,
mean, yeah.
everybody knows what too much is
Yeah.
too much, and when they should be doing things, and
Mhm.
just being responsible.
Exactly.
Like, so, you know, you see on social media, you know, like all these people on these podcasts, and they're all talking about, like, do you think there's kind of a, like, kind of like a negative culture as far as like people on how they live their lives, as far as like, shit, how am I trying to say, how am I trying to put this?
I don't know.
Like, could it be toxic to where, you know, it's like, oh no, you gotta work, and like, you know, and then there's people that are like, no, you gotta relax sometimes. It's all about a balance. But do you think there's sometimes like toxic coaching, like different life coaches or like motivational speaker people, like, you
I
know
see
what I
what
mean?
you're
Do
saying.
you understand what I'm saying?
So just how you said, like you overconsume something, whether that's TV, whether that's drugs, whether that's too much motivation, like, and now you hear too much of this and too much, and now you're not making a decision.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of like, for example, I was trying to buy a car.
Mhm.
I went and asked everybody and their moms, and at the end, I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do anymore. Now it's not even my decision. Now I'm trying to base it off other people's perspective.
Okay.
So I will say this: everybody's life is the perspective of your brain.
Mm.
So if you think it, it's gonna happen.
Right.
So if you say, I work so hard every day, like David Goggins.
Mhm.
Do you know what David Goggins
Yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, he will get your ass up. Because he's like, every day at 6,
Mhm.
I run 5 miles, you know,
Mhm.
and then you're like, shit, I can't even get up and
Yeah.
do anything. Like, and now I
Uh-huh.
feel like a piece of shit. So now
Right.
guess what? Now you feel like a piece of shit.
Mhm.
Now you don't want to do anything, you know? So you make the decision.
Mhm.
You know what's best for you.
Right.
You just have to have the hardest conversation of your life. And that's going to be with yourself.
Right.
You got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what are we lacking?
Mhm.
And then you have to be honest. Because if you can't be honest with you, you're not going to be honest with your coach.
Mhm.
You're not even going to be honest with your therapist.
Right.
You know, so that's probably it. So yes, there might be some toxic motivational things going on, because now people are saying work too hard, but no, it's good to relax. Take a day, take a month, take as much as you want. You know, at the end of the day, it's your life and you're the CEO of it, and you do what you want.
That's good. Hey, let them know. No, that was good, great advice. Because,
Yeah.
you know, like, because people could get so caught up on, and it's like, you got to just look within, look in the mirror, look in the reflection. What are you unhappy about? What are you feel like you're lacking? What we all could fix it to a point, you know, like, I mean, you could blame other people, but you're letting them affect you, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like, you control your emotions, you control your mind, you control your reaction to people, of how people treat you, and your boundaries. Like, I have no boundaries.
Oh, well, we're going to coach you on that real
We
quick.
have no boundaries.
We're
Yeah.
going to coach you
So,
real
yeah,
fast.
Tell
on
me
that.
about boundaries, because I'm always like a yes man. Like, not to people, like agreeing with whatever they want to do, but when people are always asking me to do something, I pretty much say yes to everything. Like, or I can't say no, or it's hard for me to deny people when they ask or request me of things, or they, you know, need a favor or do something. Like, I'm pretty much I have no boundaries when it comes to that. So I kind of overcommit to things.
Okay. Well, it's a skill.
Okay.
Like right now, you're working on just autopilot.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna ask you, like, you hungry? We're gonna get some birria tacos, and then you're like, yeah, let's do it. And then I'm like, you don't even know what I was. You're just saying yes because you're like in the flow, and you're like it's like autopilot.
Yeah.
Because you were probably thought like the opportunity's there, just take it. You gotta work. You gotta do.
Right.
A skill that I recommend is just don't answer yet.
Right.
Just be like, just let it sit. Like even, like we'll do it right now. I'm gonna ask you something, and I need you to count to 3, just to 3 before you answer.
Oh shit!
I can't do that. No, okay.
No, and then you gotta look at me in the eye.
Okay.
You gotta look at me in the eye. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So this weekend is Memorial Weekend.
Mhm.
I have, no, but seriously, I have a really dope party Saturday night.
Okay.
And
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm just too
in Florida.
in Florida. Oh wait, I can't go.
Oh, see, well then why'd you say yes when you didn't even know the whole thing?
Yeah, no, exactly.
So
you got to pause and
But it's
let
a
your brain
skill.
react. Yeah.
yeah, well, because I don't know if anybody has told you, but you have to control your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't control your brain's gonna control you.
Mm.
So once you know that, your life's gonna change.
Right.
Because you gotta, how they say, oh man, that fool's talking to himself, like that fool's crazy. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
You
I talk
see-
to myself.
Yeah, no, that's good. That means you're talking to your inner thought.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to at least be like, okay, fool, like, do you want to go to another party? What is this party about? Like, does it benefit me? Like, wasn't I supposed to go to the gym on Sunday?
Right.
But you don't leave room for that.
Mm-hmm.
And now they said yes, and now guess what? They got you the ticket. Now they're gonna go pick you up, and now now you go home, and now your dad tells you like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to that quince, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit.
Now I got to do both.
Oh,
Now you gotta,
man.
but see,
Then I got to do both.
but you're
So then I go end up doing both.
No, but your advantage is that you're Benny from the
Mm.
Denver Fools, and you can stop and be like, let me look at my schedule.
I know, but sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't, and then
It's a skill. You ain't gonna get it
because I'm
right
kind
the
of a
first time.
procrastinator. Like I don't really.
So you're either a procrastinator or you just go with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or very impulsive because I'm an Aries, so I'm very impulsive.
I'm impulsive and I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
Is that a zodiac thing? I think that's
I
just.
don't know.
I think that's just. What are you, baby?
Aquarius.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Love my Aquarius.
Wait, what is it? Did you know that some people don't have an inner monologue?
Yeah.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't know they have one.
Right. Or yeah.
They're not
like,
aware.
I'm talking in my head like all the time.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
actually a very good thing, Benny.
Why is that good?
Because you're having a conversation with the most important person. You're having a conversation with higher management.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said Aries never want to be left out. Low key, yeah. I think that's what
Who
it
said
is.
that?
Can't read, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. I always mess up people's names. That's
Ecovel to spirit. Ecovel to spirit. Are you native? You might be native.
yeah.
Indigenous. He's like, nah, that's just my name. No, that's cool. Yeah. So, no, and Tauruses don't want to be left out too. Should we be jumping on things? But yeah, so inner monologue, talking to your brain. Yes, please do that.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, write it down.
Down. My dad always tells me that shit. Write it down. What are you doing? Write it down. Because I have all these ideas, all these plans, all these
Sounds
ideas.
like we need a mastermind.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
How-
Do that later.
I mean, where do you even buy a pen and a pad anymore? I mean, the dollar store. Yeah, no, we did buy it. I think I have one over here. Dollar Tree. Well, no, they're building the, what is it?
Dollar General.
Dollar General.
General.
That's low key. It's like,
yeah, low key.
it's a little bit better than.
yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you.
Well, no. So when we
It's like
lived in,
Sam's Club
well,
with
you lived
dollar
in
store.
California. Do you remember the 99-cent only store?
I was 2 years old when I moved out.
Oh, okay. But do you know that in have you?
No.
You've been to you go to California, no?
No, not as much as I want to. But
Oh.
what about it? Tell me.
So there's like the famous dollar store out there. It's 99-cent only store, but it hasn't been since like what? How long ago? Like a few years ago, they started. Everything was truly a 99 cents in there, like everything, and they would get like a bunch of cool, like better products. Like you go to like the little dollar stores, and they're all just kind of like not it, like cheap, just cheap stuff. So like 99 cent
get more
only
name
stores,
brand in
you
there.
get all like name brand stuff and like stuff that would be just at like the regular stores.
Well, some of
or,
it
like,
would be like test market
or
stuff,
even
like
test market
new
stuff.
flavors of candy.
Yeah,
things like that.
and it was all 99 cents. Everything, every single thing. They even had like good toys. Like one time, do you remember when my niece was born? We bought like boxes of these because she was the first, our first niece and our first granddaughter. For my parents. What were they called? What were the pillow pets? Do you remember?
Oh my God,
pillow
yes.
pets? Yeah, they had pillow
Stop.
pets for 99 cents.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So that was
So-
the plug.
Yeah, like just all types of items. I mean, you could.
Pillow
We would
pets?
take my other niece over there all the
Yeah,
time.
every time
and
we
just,
go out to California, we'll go visit that store.
and they
We're
had them
like,
in
there might be
Vegas
some-
too. Do they have them in Arizona? I don't know.
wanna
They
say
have them
yes.
in Vegas and California.
Need
But
to go out more.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, but after like shit,
Gotta visit more THC
they started.
girls.
Go for it.
They started having like
They're on the app.
more stuff that like they started raising their prices like, oh, this is only only $4.99, and then it just got crazy where nothing is like 99 cents anymore.
Yeah.
With inflation
They
and
be
the
lying.
pandemic and just everything, like it's.
Yeah, like Dollar Tree.
But but it was a true. Yeah, you know how like all these Dollar Trees and all that, they be lying, but like
yeah, it's like 129, and then
no, but they
$5.
were like the one for the longest time that never went over $1. Like every
It was
single
99
thing.
cents.
99 cents. They had they even had like food and TV dinners and like
Jeez.
they're like
How long ago was this?
they were going around forever. I mean, they're still around, but this was maybe like right before the pandemic, maybe 10 years ago, I would say. Shit,
Yeah.
time goes by so fast.
Yeah, like 10 years.
Because we moved back here in 2016. So like 9 years ago. It was
Damn.
like that. Yeah.
9?
Yeah.
2019?
2016.
Sorry, I just I'm out.
She's a life coach, not a mathematician, you guys.
Listen, I have so much growth to do.
Only you know how much math you could do.
You know?
Right?
You know?
So how do you work? Like, do you have an office, or do you Skype to people? Like, how do people like get
Skype,
coaching?
Benny, Skype.
Yeah.
You use Skype?
Yeah. Or Zoom or whatever.
Our
Zoom,
mastermind,
Skype.
me and Benny's mastermind.
Everybody follows me. Everybody follows us on MySpace watching right now.
Okay, yeah, we
We
still
just
love
took
MySpace.
it back 10 years ago. You don't.
Hey, shout out to MySpace. So I work one-on-ones, in person, and through Zoom.
Oh, Zoom. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You said Skype
You
on
know
my
what I
list?
meant. That Zoom is the new Skype.
Yeah, it is. Y'all invested into that in 2000?
I'm still invested in Skype. No, I'm just kidding. No, what, in Zoom?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
Or GameStop? Wasn't it some crazy investments
It was
going
crazy.
on?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't get into none of
Nah.
that. I mean,
You ain't late, but still with this.
I have
AI
like a few Bitcoin, like not like a full Bitcoin, like
I was gonna say,
a
God, you have
portion.
one. Oh,
yeah,
you have
yeah,
a
like I did
a
that.
share.
Well, you know what was messed up? I found out about Bitcoin in 2011 because I thought it was fucking crazy, which I still think it's crazy in a sense. But now that it's so expensive because it'll hit over like what 100,000 or something like that.
109.
But so this was in 2011, and I was doing sneaker reviews like on YouTube, and there was like these other like big sneaker reviewer influencer people. Like this was before people were even saying influencer. They were YouTubers.
They're YouTubers, yeah.
But sneaker YouTubers. There was like a whole sneaker community YouTuber, and one of the guys that was one of the most famous ones, he like stopped doing all that and was just on this Bitcoin shit, just talking about it. But it almost seemed like it just seemed crazy because I think, well, from my perspective, when I seen him, he would just only talk about sneakers and nothing else. Then one day, his whole thing just turned into this whole Bitcoin and this and like explaining it. So I was like watching it because I'm just like, what is this all about? And he's like, you better buy it now, and blah, 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 blah. And at that time, I think it was only like $50 or like, I don't know, super dumb cheap. Like where I was spending hundreds of dollars on fucking shoes. And if I would have put that money into that, I'd be in a lot better place.
You have a better camera right now.
Yeah. Fuck.
But who knows? Maybe we wouldn't have what we have right now. Though,
yeah, that's true. Maybe we didn't. I wouldn't even
be trying to
this
be
way.
paying for girls to go to Dubai or some stupid shit.
Yeah, I'll be out there all stupid. Do they got THC girls in Dubai?
We're being honest, Ruby.
No, I know you are.
We're about being
I know.
honest.
We're just talking.
No, I
We're
love
the Denver. This is the Denver Food Podcast.
I love
this
this so
ain't
much.
Oprah. This ain't.
No, I love this.
We're just vibing.
No, I love this so much.
And you're here to guide our vibe. So
Absolutely.
if we got to tone it down, if
Nah.
we got to tune it
No.
out, we got to.
See, that's the thing I don't do. I don't tell you what to do.
Okay.
I don't tell
But
you.
you coach.
You need to check
Come
your
on.
vibe right now.
You need to check the vibe. No, just to wrap up the Bitcoin, y'all still got time to buy Bitcoin. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's
Don't
all
have
I'm about
it.
to say.
Just kidding.
I don't even know how to vibe, and then because they said don't go on Red Robin, and then
Go to
like,
just.
I think that's what's wrong with the world. Nobody talks about this because I guess what people get all scared of finances and stuff. Like
Right.
you're not supposed to talk about what religion, politics, and like certain and
Financial.
sports teams.
Financial. Oh.
No, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm all.
Privates? Just kidding. I don't know.
You can't talk about
What's
that.
the
either.
other one?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Religion
Well,
and politics.
Well, you
But
can.
now everybody talks about all those things, and I think that's why everyone's all divided now. No.
I mean, that they definitely have a platform, so they're gonna say what they want to say. But you can find people that are very encrypted into the crypto world, and if you don't, I can show you who, and they're legit. And
Right. Or like what about remember crypto.com, that shit?
Mhm.
It was Crypto Arena, and then they got sued, and then
Mhm.
I think that's kind of like when things like that happen, then it just scares people. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's kind of like when the TV came out. Guess
Right.
what they were saying about that? They're like, our kids are gonna be blah blah blah.
Right.
And then the DVDs, and then they're like, oh my god, and then the radio, oh my god, and now it's like
The internet. Now it's the AI. What do
now
you think
it's
of
like-
AI?
I love AI.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it at that though, because I don't want y'all don't come for me.
Like, no, I seen that one meme. Have you seen the Terminator?
Yeah.
And it's like Sarah Connor looking at everybody using AI for everything. She's just like, all just.
She's all freaked out.
I love it because it's the future, and again, like it's this, it scares people because it's different.
Right.
Kind of like when the phone came out, and now guess what? People are more afraid of it because now they're like, it's social media.
Right.
And I'm
Well, like AI to me is like what our parents always thought the internet was. Like how many times is your parents like, Mia, how do you do this and how do I do that? And then they're like Google, and then you can't just Google that, and it's like no,
Or
because
like tell the computer to do this.
yeah, can you
and it's
tell the
like, it
computer
won't
to do
that.
this? And it's like it doesn't work like that. I have to Google and I have to research, and I got to make sure that the website that I got it from is legit, and it's not some paid ad and this and that and like all those things. Now AI basically does all that for you.
Yes, and have you? Yeah,
What?
I have a lot to say about that, but I love
What
AI.
about what?
AI?
Okay, say, come on.
No,
we got
yeah.
plenty of time.
No, I'm just saying, like y'all should take a really good, I'd say like 10 hours of like your own research of AI.
People even do therapy through AI. What do you think of that?
I know they're saying that my coaching is about to get replaced.
I don't think so.
I don't think
no.
Well, because
I
they.
think
Well, I mean,
you could use it
I mean,
for
they
people.
could. They could. Oh, because no, they really, because AI is going to be. I don't know if you know, but right now on Instagram they have AI
Therapy
profiles.
or coach.
Yeah, they have
Oh.
profiles.
Oh yeah, no profiles where these girls look like real people, but it's not.
Not yeah. So
It's
they're
crazy.
It's like they're doing that with coaches. They're doing that with all kinds of stuff. But yeah. So no, I will not get replaced. But I do have to get with the times. We gotta get with the times, Dave.
Yeah. I see it as like a tool though, like because they can't really do everything for you. Like
I mean,
you still,
in
you
the
still-
next 10, not right now,
you
but
still
in the next.
guide it, and then
True.
You guide
True.
AI's vibe. people, humans, we do. Because it's just like the algorithm. It takes whatever we give it. Whatever we're giving it and information it tells, it's just gonna.
Right.
So, but they don't know everything. We're not even true to ourselves.
We just talked about
like
that.
what we just talked about. People can't even look in the mirror and be true and really pick at what it really is. Like, so, I mean, we still reign supreme. I wouldn't be scared of AI. I'm just that's my point. Is like
it's okay.
It's just a tool for people. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like fucking Sarah Connor and Terminator and all that.
Well, not yet.
Not yet. Well, cool.
Not yet. So just, I mean, in the next, I mean, we're going to remember this. What is this? 2025, 23rd, May 23rd, 2025. We're going to come back here in 2035. And then Benny's going to be AI. He's going to be like,
what's up, Denver Foos? That'd be tough.
That's funny.
We got some people commenting. Jimbo, Ruby, do you have any events coming up?
I do. I do have an event.
Ruby knows more than she's telling.
Oh.
That's what Jimbo
Jimbo
said. We also have...
She's trying to help us. Like
Divinely Bossed Up 13 says, coming from a single mom, AI helps fill gaps, especially with, but will never replace the one-on-one coaching. Those in-person connections are needed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like, you still need that human connection, that human connect. Like, I think that's what not even AI is doing that. Like, social media does that. It takes away that human element where people are communicating to where, like, now I'd only want to communicate with people face to face. Like, I think that's why I'm pushing a lot of one-on-ones too, like in person, like masterminds. Because things get so lost into context. Because people's brains aren't trained to be able to react, and certain triggers could trigger them, and then they could take it wrong. Like, for example, there was a comment on something, and I got triggered because it was about my mom. But I took the comment wrong.
That's fair though.
Because what I've heard people say about my mom, then when somebody said it, and then I reread it again, and I'm like, oh, they don't mean what those people said before in the past. They're just making a joke, like, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
So that happens all the time. People get things taken into context over text, over email, over a phone call. It's hard to lie into somebody's eyes when you're sitting face to face. And if they are, then they're a toxic motherfucker.
Correct. Yes.
You could always, you could sense that. I mean, we lie to ourselves. Like, even when we know somebody's looking at us and they're lying, and we believe they're lying because we want that to be the truth. Like, and even in relationships and stuff like that.
Say it again.
I see it all the time, I mean, we lie to ourselves.
What I said, I blacked out.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
Oh, no, I was kidding. But speaking of AI, I was watching Ace Ventura: Pet Detective last night. No, this sounds so random. But no. So the way he would describe things, it reminded me of AI.
Of a prompt?
Yes. Like,
you don't use that.
No, when he'd be like, when he'd talk about the animals, or when he talked about Finkel when he went to their house, and he was like saying all these stats and all just the way he was feeding out the information. I feel like Jim Carrey invented AI.
Hell of a model
That was
American.
Yeah. One hell of a model American. Yeah, like that's because that's what AI does. It takes from everything. So if like one clip or whatever, like I AI myself all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see what AI says about what we're putting out. So I'm always like, what is it saying?
Have you asked AI about
I ask everything.
No, did you ask him like, hey?
Well, no,
chat,
and then so I'll be
chat,
honest.
Who is Denver Fools?
Yeah,
in Denver. And
not like that. I give it information, and then I ask for things, and then it gives it to me, and I'm like, no, you're fucking up my narrative. Don't. So like, there's just certain things like
we gotta ask who Denver Fools is to chat.
You want me to ask that?
Yeah, here, you want me to prompt it?
I don't use mine very much.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's okay.
This might be.
Everyone's AI is different because it gets the information you give it.
Exactly. So we're gonna say, hey, chat. Oops. Can you give me information? Can't spell. Give me information about the Denver Fools. One word, right?
No.
Denver Foos.
Why is this doing that? Okay, in Denver.
His
I think I need
AI
to
is
update it.
all.
I think I need to
That's
update
okay.
it.
All right, here we go.
Trying to finish.
It's
your
searching the web.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Look, it knows you have a barbershop. At the heart of the Denver Fools, it is a vibrant social media activity, particularly on Instagram. The brand shares engaging content that highlights local events, music, sports, community stories. Their podcast features conversations with local creatives, entrepreneurs, and athletes, offering insight into Denver's diverse cultural landscape.
That's cool.
So they know you.
They know us.
Oh, here you go.
That's
cool.
tight.
But yes, I do have an event.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is June 1st, next Sunday.
Mhm.
It is called the Mental Wealth Experience for the Creative Soul.
Mental wealth. That's tight.
Yeah,
It's
so
a flip on mental health because your health is your wealth.
see?
That's tight.
See, that's good. See, I didn't even have to say it, and you
I'm
got
sorry.
it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. No,
Yeah, no.
no,
that's
you said
amazing.
it. No, you said it. It's gonna be a day where you can actually have these conversations. We're gonna have we're gonna have some food.
Mhm.
We're gonna have some amazing vendors that are going to have some activations to help with activating your growth mindset. We'll have stunning
You're
I
good.
thought he was talking.
No, no.
I'm all hello. What's up, Pop? Yeah, so we'll have vendors that are going to have activations to help you get engaged with growth mindset. We'll have some notebooks there
Oh,
too,
okay.
and a pen, some
Nice.
pens, so you're able to get prompts on the journal entry, stuff like that. We'll have poetry, and we'll have some singers and some performances as well, and some art, photography, pictures. It's going to be a blast. It's all ages. This is the first year we're doing it, and we're going to continue on doing it bigger and better. And hopefully in 5 years, we'll be able to put on some AI shit, and we'll be able to virtually see a lot of things.
Oh,
too.
cool. What is your goal for people attending your event? Like what do you wish or hope they gain out of it?
Somebody that's has attended the mental wealth experience I want them to say, and I want them to feel that they're not alone in their mental health experience journey.
Mhm.
Because what everybody really out here is a creative, is what I've noticed.
Mhm.
Whether you're an artist, whether you're a mother, whether you're into just social media, whether you're doing podcasts, whether you're doing art, whether you're writing a book, whether you're just sitting there, trying to create something with your life. People think that they're on a very lonely road, which in a sense they are in that lonely road. But in this room, they'll be able to connect with people that have the same drive, that have the same, challenges. And what I want them to get out of it is that they're able to cope with it, that they're
Mhm.
able to get on the other side of health into wealth. A lot of people in the mental health space that struggle with it don't make it to the wealth part,
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so this is in tribute to everybody that has passed in honor of the mental health, whether that's, suicide, whether that's awareness. It all really ties in together. And this is specifically really goes in depth with my brother.
Mhm.
And actually, I would like to share a little bit about that now, since we're on that topic.
Yeah.
So my brother, his name was Leonel Cardenas, and he was 23 years old, and he passed away from pancreatitis.
Okay.
If you don't know what pancreatitis is inflammation of the pancreas. He had ulcers in his pancreas, and how you get ulcers in your pancreas is because your pancreas is the last organ of your body that holds sugar.
Mm.
And he just had a really bad ulcer one time, and during his last year of life, he had ulcers just abruptly just going off in his body. And in December 5th of 2008, he had one last ulcer pop, and he had to go to the hospital. And when he got to the hospital, they basically told my mom right away. They were like, he's not going to make it. Like, they already knew what was going on. And we're like, no, he's internally bleeding, because they touched his stomach. And they were like, he's internally bleeding. But in reality, when he went into surgery and everything, they opened him up and they cleaned him up. They said that the bleeding had stopped, but they didn't stop it. So what happened was that it was the ulcer that had stopped bleeding. And that ulcer, if you think about what an ulcer is, it holds a lot of not really good stuff in the ulcer. So it went inside of his organs, and then he had organ failure. He had kidney failure, liver failure. And so he was slowly just dying. December 5th, December 6th, and then December 7th is where he passed away. And this is where I got my spiritual awakening, is because during that time that he was in the hospital, I was just prancing around. I was just walking, and I was just like, what is happening? Did he get poisoned? Was it, I thought it was drugs. I thought it was all kinds of things. I thought somebody really just wanted to, but no, what I know now, years later, is that he had a fatty ulcer. And well, he started with gastritis. I don't know why I said that in Spanish, but all right. Gastritis. And then he had a fatty liver. And then he never took care of it. And, so we come from a culture, we're Mexicans, so we come from a culture of, I'm going to be all right. Our doctor is our emergency room. It's not an actual doctor. And so what ended up happening is that I ended up finding all these things out. And when I was prancing around, and I was just like, I get it. It's like me and him were talking, like, and this is the power of the brain and how connected we are energetically, is that when I was prancing around right before he passed away, I knew. I dropped to the floor, and I was like, all right. I was like, oh, okay, so you're leaving. Okay. So I got up. I told everybody in the room, I was like, y'all need to go in there and tell him, sorry, or because he's not letting go. He doesn't want to die. After everybody was in there, all his friends and family were in there, and he's on day 2 now in being stable. His head is literally the size of a basketball of inflammation. His body is like, he was really tall too. He was like 6. So he was like, it was just crazy to look at him like that. And this is where the kicker is. So this is how you're one decision away of changing your life or just fucking it all up, is that day on Friday around 7 a.m., my mom was with him in his room, and she got up, gave him a kiss, got up, tried to go to the bathroom, and that's when my brother decided to let go. Is when she was in the bathroom, and so he was holding on, and the person that he loved the most was the person he didn't want to hurt, was my mom. And so he waited until, because he got an MRI, he got all that, like they were doing all kinds of tests. So they knew that the healthiest part of his body was his brain.
Right.
And yeah, so he decided to let go with nobody in the room, just him by himself, and he just did it. And I got the phone call, and right there and then I dropped to my knees, and all I could say was, thank you, God. And that was literally the only words that came out of my mouth. And I wasn't really comprehending why I was thanking him just yet. But that just proves that your brain is the final say. You got to tell it what to do. You got to tell it, because you're one decision away of changing your whole dynamic of your health, of your personal life, of your social life, of your dreams, and that's what really did it for me. And that's when I was like, he was on the verge of that gap of mental health to that mental wealth. And I don't want to say it like that, but I mean, he was a little too late.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the backstory. And this is in tribute of him and other people that were not just there on the other side of the mental wealth. They still had struggles, and they were perfect for the whole time that they've been here. And so we shouldn't take that and their time and whatever not insecurities, all flaws that they had. We shouldn't really dwell on that because they taught us something. And this is what I do. And I know I'm ready to impact thousands, millions of people with my story. And yeah, so that's exactly why I do it.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. That's amazing. I mean, turning your life experience to something to where you could make impact in people's lives. I think, honestly, that's why we're all here. Like you said, we're all creators in some aspect, whether we're creating content or creating haircuts, we're creating anything, creating children. I mean, we're all God's creations and we're also creators. But I think at the end of the day, as long as you could leave impact, create impact on others, a positive impact, because we can impact others in a negative way, but if you're creating positive impact in some form or fashion, I think you're doing God's work, you're doing what you're set out to do, and in the way that whatever your God-given abilities are, you know, like you said, at an early age, people are always coming to you with their issues or just like basically wanting you to coach them without you even realizing it, you know, coming to you in confidence for certain things like that, you know, and you found your God-given ability to where you can make impact in people's lives. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's inspiring. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. And with that being said, you know, sometimes you think you're doing the right thing, you know, for trying to help somebody.
Right.
And you're actually only hurting them as well. So that has been my my balance is that, yes, I help people. I can have a conversation with you for 5 minutes and I know that there will be impact, you know. But then there's that other side of where you want to help somebody so bad that at the end it hits a ceiling. There's like, you know, there's tension, there's something that you can't do, you know. And I'll say that, for example, like with my brother, like I knew he was drinking, I knew he was not in a good spot, and I was trying to help him by telling him, like, you know, stop drinking, and you know, and like being on him, and instead of me being like, hey bro, like, you good? Like, you don't look too good, you know. So sometimes you got to learn when to back off and be like, you know what, my time here is done. Like I'm only supposed to be here for like a season, and then you're, you know, take whatever you got from that and then grow from that. You know, maybe I didn't do any good and learn from that too. But yeah, that's also the balance, is that sometimes you want to help somebody so bad that at the end of the day you can't do shit about it anymore. And so that's the boundary that you should set. Is you know, when is it okay to be like, okay, you know what, like this has gone a little too far, nothing's happening, you're not even growing, I'm getting, you know, I'm not even on my full cup anymore, I'm drained now, like we should really just cut it out, you know. And that's something I'm learning.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think that's something that we all have to learn, because man, I know how that is. You're trying. What did they say? Kind of like you could lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like it's always on them. Like it all ends up in our brain. That decides what we want to do, how we do it.
Right, but you know, it's in your brain.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, your brain could be like a little toddler kid with a knife. You gotta let it. You gotta be like, why are you even thinking that? Why are you doing that? Like, why? You got to stop. You know, you got to tell it to stop. Because if you don't, it's just going to cut everybody. Gonna, you know, and so that's why it's important to have slow mornings, write shit down, meditate, pray, or whatever you do to center yourself. Because emotional intelligence is not very much talked about a lot.
Right.
Because if you're emotional, like, and I'll say this, when emotions are high, intelligence is low.
Right. That's so true.
So
That's so true.
So
Hell
remember
yeah. I've done some crazy toxic shit when my emotions are high.
Yeah, right. And then
Isn't
you're
that
like,
what we
damn, that was some stupid ass
Yeah,
shit.
why the
Like,
fuck
why the
did
fuck
I
did I
say
do
that?
that? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Isn't that what we always say though? You can get in your feelings, just don't get in your emotions.
Is that good?
That was bomb.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
like
true.
that because
Yeah.
you should acknowledge that you're fucking mad.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, I'm fucking mad. Okay, give me,
That's how I feel.
how do you
but-
cope
Yeah.
Right.
with that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there vices that you're coping with that? Now that's a whole nother conversation. But like, you can get mad, say you're mad, say why you're mad, and then be like, all right, now let's move on. Now I got something else to do, but don't ignore it, don't suppress it, don't act like shit's okay. Don't, because then you're just suppressing. And then one day you're just gonna,
Right.
and then that's not good either, because then that's passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother conversation too. So, but yeah,
And then they're pressing charges.
bro. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We're excited to attend your event and work
Yes,
on our
June
mental
1st.
wealth. Mental wealth. Tell them where it's going to be again. Remind them.
For sure. It's going to be at Green Spaces downtown in Denver, June 1st from 12 to 4. We're going to have so many people in the house. I'm inviting everybody on my phone, getting in touch with so many people, getting one-on-ones like I've always done. I go hard for everybody out in Denver, and it's time for, me to go hard on myself for this event. And the people that are going to show up is all family, is all love, and I'm super stoked for this event. And it's the first one. Next is going to be we're going to have a cannabis edition, and then we'll have a Spanish edition one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
it will be yearly for sure. It's our first year.
Awesome.
Yes, downtown, June 1st.
June 1st at Green Spaces.
Yes.
Tap in. Make sure you guys follow Guide Your Vibe on Instagram. Where else can they find you?
I'm in TikTok, Guide Your Vibe, Instagram, Guide Your Vibe. I am on Snapchat. I am on Facebook. My GuideYourVibeLLC.com. Yeah, you can catch me downtown with all my people. Catch me in the streets, working, networking.
Definitely.
Not
Yeah.
the streets.
Not the streets. I'm at home by 9. Look like right now. I'm at home by 9 unless it's paid.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, that's going to do it here on the Denver Foos podcast.
Yeah.
Here from the Denver Foos Barbershop. Thank you so much, Ruby.
Yes.
Guide Your Vibe for coming
you.
on.
Thank
and
you.
thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good night. Y'all see us at her event. We're going to be there. Denver Foos will be in attendance. So
Yeah,
if you
and
want
so
to say
many
hi
other.
to us, we'll be there.
Yeah.
And so many
I
other
didn't-
people.
Oh yeah, it's sponsored by Casita Cutie. Shout out to Izzy for being an amazing leader, and yeah, we in there.
Yeah, let's go. All right, we're out, guys. Tune in Monday. Maybe tomorrow we might have an episode. We kind of just do this whenever we want.
Where them boundaries at?
Yeah. For sure. All right. Hold on. Just